Hello, everybody. The voice that you're hearing is that of Lily Mae, the creator of the Glambitious brand. And this season, I am excited to start amplifying speakers specifically. So, if you are a speaker, if you are a podcast host, if you host events and you're looking for some dynamic speakers to bring to your platform, definitely stay tuned because I'm going to continue to introduce some dynamic women to you. Dr. Samantha DeLoache, she is no stranger to the Glambitious platform at all. She's traveled with us to New Orleans, Atlanta. She's spoken in Charlotte. She is a Glambitious certified speaker. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Dr. Samantha.
Hello, Lily Mae, and thank you so much for having me. Yes, I am Dr. Samantha DeLoache, the modeling pharmacist. I am a pharmacist who models, motivates. I have a Model Speakers Academy where I help individuals with public speaking, and I have a nonprofit, Model Missions, that focuses on the community and helping individuals with confidence and just all of the things. And yes, I'm very, very excited to be here today.
Yes, well, thank you for supporting the Glambitious brand for so many years. What was your journey to becoming a confident speaker?
Well, my journey was not overnight. It was a series of small steps that were intentional. I started out nervous, even though I knew I had something valuable to say. As a pharmacist, I was used to talking to patients one on one, but it's a whole different ball game when you're standing on a stage or speaking in front of a large audience. So at first, it was a little intimidating, but over time, I realized that the more I prepared and practiced, the more natural it became. I also invested in learning. You have to be willing to invest in yourself. So I bought books and read them, and I took courses. I hired coaches and mentors because confidence grows when you build your skills. So now I see speaking as an opportunity and not something to fear.
I love that. And, truth be told, I've been speaking for over a decade and I still get extremely nervous before it's time to go on stage, no matter how prepared I am. So, what would you say or what advice would you give to people who can't get past the nerves?
Well, I would tell them to do it afraid. I think a lot of times we want to wait until we feel that, I'm confident, I have everything together, but that feeling may never come. So you can still act confident even though you don't feel confident. So I would say just go ahead and do it. Don't overthink it. Make sure you're prepared and then start small. Start with smaller audiences, maybe a podcast interview, go in front of people or audiences that you're familiar with and comfortable around, and just start there. But the biggest thing is you got to start, and then you have to also be prepared. But go easy on yourself. You will make mistakes. It happens. So give yourself grace. It's okay to not have everything perfect. People want you to be authentic. They want you to be real, and not a robot. So that's my advice.
Absolutely. And you also have like a speakers academy. So tell
Yeah.
us, what inspired you to start that and then how you support women through that.
Yes. Well, I started the Model Speakers Academy because I believe we all are modeling something. And so that model stands for motivate, organize, deliver, engage, and lead. And I feel that majority of people, and even stats show this, public speaking is their greatest fear. That is a greater fear than actual death itself. So that tells me people are more afraid to speak at a funeral or do the eulogy than they would to be in the casket. So I basically wanted to help individuals, women in particular, to own their voice, to not be afraid to speak and share your message. And it's not necessarily just for, the big stage, but it could be something at work. Speak up for yourself, speak up in the boardroom, in your community. We need to hear more voices who care about what's going on in our neighborhoods. And then even for your personal life, don't be afraid to share your thoughts, your feelings in relationships, be it with family, romantic, friendships, personal, it doesn't matter. Our voices have power. And so I want with the Model Speakers Academy to show individuals, especially women, how to share your voice with the world, how to model that confidence so that you can have what you want in life, regardless of what area.
Absolutely. And so when you are on stage, tell us about what your two signature talks are and what you discuss during those talks.
Well, my first signature talk is really about confidence. It can have different titles, but the main thing is about walking in your confidence, having your head held up high, and that's for really any age group. And so I have the model um, acronym, which is Mission of Daily Excellent Living, meaning every day we have a choice to make on how we're going to live our lives. And how we do that can help us with our confidence. When you pretty much accept yourself and walk in your authenticity, that helps with confidence. And then I like to look at the model and pharmacist brand that I've created, which blends both entrepreneurship and my actual brand in pharmacy, because I find many people tend to think that they can't do both. Like, I can't have a career and have something I'm passionate about. So I use my example, my life, as creating the brand Model and Pharmacist, because it never existed before I created it. And it showed my love for modeling, motivational speaking, as well as, public speaking. But then it also showed my pharmacy side, which I went to school for. I love helping individuals, helping patients. They trust me with their health. And so I'm able to, use that aspect of communicating daily with the patients, having empathy, compassion, and bring that same part into my business and into my brand Model and Pharmacist. So I encourage individuals to own all of themselves. If you're interested in entrepreneurship, or if you have a passion for something and it may look a little different from your 9 to 5, it's okay. You can still do both and do it confidently and boldly.
So, what are you looking forward to in 2025? We have about 6 months left in the year. Tell us what you're looking forward to or what's next for you and how people can book you to speak or be a guest on their podcast.
Absolutely. Well, I'm looking to travel. That's like the top of the list for 2025. I love traveling, and I'm actually having a speakers retreat this October 2025 in Bali, Indonesia. So I'm looking forward to that. And so if the guests are interested in getting more information, please, send me a message or a DM, because I have a passion and a desire to be an international speaker, and I want to help individuals in that area as well. And I also want to continue growing my brand. I want to continue to reach new individuals who are in alignment with wanting to grow their voices, their brand, their stories, their expertise. And so I definitely want to grow my Model Speakers Academy, and I just want to really truly enjoy my life. Like I said, traveling earlier, but I want to continue to work on that balance of work and play. Sometimes we work so hard and we neglect ourselves, and I'm guilty of that. I had a rough spot last year with I just was working, and I didn't take enough time for self-care. So I'm going to continue to build my brand Model and Pharmacist, as well as my Model Speakers Academy. I want to continue to travel, pour into myself, and just I want to also build partnerships. I want to work with other brands, other companies, corporations that are interested in building the confidence of their employees, or their participants, or people they work with closely. And so those are my goals. And for you to be able to follow me and know what's going on with my brand and my business, the best thing is through modelingpharmacist.com. That's MODELING pharmacist, PHARMACIST.com. And it links to SamanthaDeLoache.com. So that's where you can find information. You can contact me, invite me to come to your event. I do MC hosting, as well as keynote speaking and even workshops. So however I can be of a service to your business or brand in 2025, I would love to do that. So just let me know.
Fantastic. And as I said, Dr. Samantha is a Glambitious certified speaker. She was a moderator during our Essence Fest brunch last summer, and she did a fantastic job moderating 2 panels in very high heels. Okay. So I definitely co-sign booking her for podcast hosting, speaking, keynoting, all of those things. And also, again, if you're tuned in and you are a speaker that wants to be in the Glambitious directory, just head over to theglamceo.com. Thanks again for tuning in, guys.